Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to Rise Anew and have a blessed day. I am the WOW Empress AliNICOLE WOW, and it's always a privilege to be with you and start the day. Let's start by taking a few deep breaths, please. About 3. So it came to me this morning that a focus for today needed to be on focusing on the divine financial favor of God. And not too long ago, I provided a rendering that focused on the divine flow of favor. And I'll have a link to that particular rendering within the description. But to follow up with that, to continue in that divine flow of favor intention, was that I needed to be more specific in this particular rendering. And normally when I'm doing these, I don't actually have a topic in mind. I just get present with that moment, and then whatever comes to me in awareness, a revelation, so to speak, then I share it, from that place of that present moment. But before coming to be with you today, there was already that topic that needed to come forth. And again, just an extension of a previous rendering. And so during this time, one of the reasons why it's important to focus in on the divine financial favor of God, of Source, is because there's a new expansion that's taking place around finances. And so you actually don't want to call upon even a previous understanding of financial favor. So you want to be in the present moment of the new thing that's emerging. God is always doing something new, and we need to be aware of it springing up. We learned that in Isaiah 43, 18 and 19, that we have to let go of the former things and don't even call those things to mind, and allow the new things or things that are coming up to be in our awareness, so that we can start to flow our focus and intentionality, in that way, in that area, so to speak, or a new vibration of it. So we want to make sure that you're not spinning your wheels continuously of trying to rely on the previous favor and previous breakthroughs and how those occurred, for you. You want to be in the power of the present moment and allow the newness of that now experience to be what's most prevalent and relevant, to your experience. And this is going to be individual, for each person, individuality, financial expansion and expression that takes place. But within that context, there's the newer energy, if you will, and the newer context to it that you have to then be present with, what that breakthrough or financial Pentecost, if you will, what that could look and feel and be like for you during this time. So this is all encompassing in this divine financial favor of God, and being in that flow, in that divine flow of financial favor. So we're going to meditate on this because you need to be in that state of meditating and grounding and intention, doing deep breathing, which is the life force energy that comes through you. And it's the new life force energy that's flowing. And so you want to be synced up in that current of flow and make sure you're making the connection to what's true for you in that moment. So let's breathe. Let's take 3 more deep breaths, please. And give me just a moment so that I can be present here to also receive some of the meditation prompts. And even if there is a new intention that wants to come forth during this time. So actually what's coming to mind is about focusing on your new way of being. And why this is important is because even as you are focusing on the divine financial favor, we also have to understand that the opportunity, divine favor is opportunity meets our preparation. And so you have to be prepared for this financial favor. And because it's a new vibration of it, which means that a new expression and essence of you has to be ready for this favor to flow into your experience. So a powerful question to ask yourself, or an empowering question rather to ask yourself is, who do I have to be in this now experience? Who do I have to be in this now experience? Take a few deep breaths. And who is the new me experiencing this flow of financial favor? Just ask yourself, who is this new me in experiencing this flow of financial favor or divine flow of financial favor? Take another nice deep breath, please. So ask yourself, how do I best position myself to be in the receptive mode for this divine flow of financial favor? So again, it could be something like, how do I need to position myself in the present moment to be in the receptive mode, or so I can better receive this divine flow of financial favor. Take another nice deep breath, please. okay at this moment, I'm going to invite you to give thanks in advance. Give thanks in advance for this divine flow of new financial favor coming your way. You can state that as, I give thanks in advance for this divine flow of new financial favor coming my way, flowing into my experience. Let's take about 5 deep breaths, please. Okay. So just want you to be pondering on this throughout the day. Be thinking about this, focusing in on that flow of this expansive opening, so to speak, of this divine flow of really the new financial favor of God, financial favor of Source, financial favor of the divine, however you choose to label and language that for yourself. But it is just important that during this time you be intentional about those specifics. Some of you are ready to open up to a new financial arena, a new financial world and experience. And some of you have been waiting on an occurrence like this to happen, for quite some time. But as you're starting your day with this awareness, you can ponder on the newness of the energy, the newness of this now time that wants to bring to you something far greater than you could have ever imagined, or even if you were praying a certain way and thinking about how this financial flow can come to you. Those are pretty much old conditioning of seeing and experiencing financial breakthroughs and financial favor. But now you can be in that new energy of this new flow, this new divine flow of this favor of God coming in your life with finances in this new way. So just meditate on, who you have to be, and really who you've become now based on just this experience. And who are you with this experience of experiencing divine, flow of new financial favor, and being positioned for this greater flow, the greater expansion, and most importantly, having given thanks, which we know is the will of God, to give thanks in all things, and giving thanks in advance just assures you that before you called, you were really already answered by giving thanks in advance. So now it's just time for you to allow and receive, because you've aligned with this new intention. So you've aligned, you now allowing, and now it's just about receiving what this new experience can be for you. So now that you have experienced rising anew, certainly go out and have a blessed day, and just know that the new financial favor of God is upon you during these times.